Right, I think it's back up. Let me double check it. Yeah, it is. It's just maybe it's just like I was using Restream. Maybe it's the Restream server went down or something.
Yeah, Restream has an amazing function that really, I think that most people don't realize, is that if you go into like Restream chat and you put on you can put on TTS for every message just in your ears, so it doesn't play on stream. And then like if you don't have a second monitor or you can't be bothered to look while you're playing, anytime someone types, it'll like TTS in your ears, and then you don't even have to look. You can just respond. You know what I mean? I feel like it like levels up your response so much. You know, people chat to you, you instantly hear in your ear, and then you can talk back to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was using it when I was streaming for a few streams, and I was like, this is just so much better. Like I never miss a person's message, and I am just constantly responding to them. You know what I mean? It feels like an actual conversation rather than just reading the chat.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it gets ridiculous if you've got more than 20, 30 viewers. It's going to be fucking insane. But I don't know.
I still think it's good. Yeah, interaction.
Yeah, interaction is so important for a stream. Can't be boring. You have to make it interesting.
Pretty much. It's actually really rough when you're a small streamer because it's like easy to like not have much interaction.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? If you're a small streamer and you're not getting much interaction, you kind of stop paying attention to the chat. And then if someone comes in and starts talking, then maybe you don't notice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you have the TTS active, then you're going to hear it immediately and you can start chatting back to them.
You're right. You excited for this? You think Zealot's going to get smashed?
I think Zealot's going to lose, but that'll be good for the overall battle anyway, the team battle. I want to definitely get some spins here. I guess we will get at least one spin because Snow has one. No. It could still be. In game number 6, we could end up seeing game number 6 be the last game. It's possible.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right, our ZVZ here with Gameo versus Zealot. Been watching a lot of ZVZ lately on the channel. Put out some videos about long ZVZs lately, and it's just become such an interesting matchup.
How do you feel about that? Do you feel like the Devourers are the way to go? Do you feel like Plague is the overall better sort of value per investment, or how are you feeling about it so far?
Devourers are interesting. In the past always thought that they were kind of bad in the matchup, but I casted a game yesterday actually on the channel that showed how they can actually be used as a comeback mechanism, right? If you're behind, that we had a situation where the Zerg player was behind. They didn't have Mutalisk advantage. They didn't have the upgrade advantage with the Mutas, but they got into Devours, even behind on the gas income because it was a 2-base versus 3-base situation. Won a fight and managed to come back in that game. So that was really changing my attitude towards Devours. It's pretty decent unit actually if you're able to use them correctly and you don't get them sniped by Scourge. That's one thing to mention, is they can be sniped pretty easily by Scourge. They are not a quick unit. Scourge are faster than them. You have to protect them in order to get the most value out of them. And we might not see that here this game. Probably we won't. We've got Zealot here with the early expansion. Gamo's going to go into his expansion as well. So actually looking like we're not... Oh, wait. On the high ground. Okay. That's different. Gamo going to go high ground hatchery here.
Interesting. I wonder, is he going to go 3 hatch and make the 3rd hatchery in the low ground? I don't think so. I'm curious why he's doing it like this. Okay, this is interesting. He's playing it kind of like a 2v2 style of play where he wants to secure his ramp and keep his production in base.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
It's like he's going to build a sunken colony on the high ground so that the Zealots and Lings can't kill him.
Right.
But yeah, he's definitely going to mine here from the gas on the low ground. I think long distance mine. We've seen this a few times in ASL. It's popped up, but I didn't think it was any good on this map. You can't build the hatchery that close to the ramp. There's kind of a unbuildable terrain here right in front of the ramp. Do you see that little like chasm there? Yeah. Or map defect there on the right hand side, the doodad there? Yeah, that little like blue glow coming out of the ground. That's not buildable, so you can't build it any closer than what Gamo has put it or where he's put it. So he's gonna have to mine from low ground. It's gonna be long distance.
Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate. I do think that maybe he wants to just kind of like stymie Zealot. If Zealot didn't go for this fast expansion and Zealot wanted to be a little bit aggressive with Lings, he could then make the creep colony at the ramp to kind of break open any kind of Ling all in from Zealot and kind of just crush him with an auto win. So maybe that was the school of thought there. Maybe I'm not entirely sure about that, but Zealot may be going for a little bit of pressure with these Lings soon anyway. Maybe just setting up a contain at the bottom of the ramp. Kind of like either encouraging more Lings out of Gamo or maybe even forcing a sunken colony just to reduce the drone count by 1. Definitely would be an option for him. I think Zealot's actually going to be thinking about some kind of like kill move actually, because he's making a lot of Zerglings here, is Zealot. And this is being spotted by Gamo, but Gamo has the option of making a creep colony here at the ramp if he so chooses, but does have enough Zerglings currently to hold the line against the initial pressure from Zealot, doing a pretty good job as well of concaving his Lings against Zealot. Zealot getting absolutely outplayed for initially, but now with the reinforcement Lings, Zealot does have a slight edge and can come in here with Link speed and get good surface area on the reinforcing Lings that come out of these eggs. So now Zealot kind of turning the tide on Gamo here now, Saiyan.
Yeah, that was pretty darn efficient here for Gamo on that ramp, but there is this overwhelming and kind of snowball effect here for Zealot as he starts to kill off Lings more and more. We're going to have to pull the drones now, and we're not going to have that mineral income to continue to produce Lings here. And the Lings are just wiping up all of these Lings of his opponent. And man, this is kind of crazy. Gamo, whatever his plan was in this game with the long distance mining there in the natural is... it's not going to end up working out. It definitely was not. He was not anticipating the game to go this way, and Zealot going to get a quick and easy win here, taking out all of the drones. GG is called. Gamo taps out, and Team Queen gets their 4th win of the night. Now on match point here.
Wow, 4-1 already.
Right into the next one?
Yeah, sure. And do you see what I say? Like, can't cut my boy out.
Yeah, really, Gamo should have been able to hold that, right? What the fuck
yeah,
was
I don't
that?
know. I don't know, dude. Like, he even had the advantage of like being able to just throw down the creep on the ramp as well.
Creep on the ramp, or, just Ling production, right?
Yeah, either or, one of the other.
Yeah, you've got 2 hatch. You got 2 hatches done. You've got enough larva. It's not like he's got way more larva than you.
He's oversaturated as well. He's got more drones than patches. There's no reason why he can't make a creep. Actually, he's just being greedy.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is wild. All right, On to the next one. Yeah, what could potentially be the final game of the night here? Motivation versus Barracks. Motive here in the top left on La Compañía. Barracks in the bottom right. Cross map here in this PVT. How do you feel about PVT on this map?
I'm not entirely sure, actually, saying. I really don't know how I feel about the center of the map. We do have this kind of like cross in the middle, which kind of like, divides it up kind of nicely, but it does kind of like segment up the center to allow it to not be like this gaping hole that is, say, something like Retro. It's not quite as bad as that, but it still does kind of have this a similar issue for Terrans and Protoss alike, I think. So Terran's going to be a lot more slower coming out onto the center of the map here, and likewise, Protoss will be wanting to try and like avoid a head-on engagement with the Terran until they can find some kind of like flank they can exploit. But with how segmented this map is, it doesn't quite have that same kind of like potency that Retro does. So I don't think we'll see the same kind of like maneuvers from both players on this map. But I think overall, I think I like it a lot more than Retro in terms of like what and how interesting the games can look, but I still feel like I've got way better read on Retro than this map, so I'm still undecided.
For my part, I feel like the Terran player, excuse me, has a great opportunity to go into kind of 4-base play. It's really tempting here to just take your back third base and then push out just slightly to grab your fourth base. You don't have to go far. And those bases do surround your main and natural, so it is a nice defensive position that can defend you with you can defend with turrets pretty easily against an Arbiter player or a mass shuttle player. There's just a lot of defensible area here. You can also build turrets out towards the middle, so setting up and getting into 4 bases, a clean 4 base with a big powering mech is very strong for the Terran player in this map. But then alternatively, I think that carrier play is really, really good here, so that can be a great counter to that powering mech style.
Yeah, with the way the ridges are aligned, especially on these center gas bases, definitely carriers can be a very viable option here. As long as you've got some kind of terrain to exploit and retreat to, carriers are always a pretty viable option. With the cross spawns, though, not as ideal, going for those carriers, and this does allow for a little bit more greedy play from the Protoss player as well, these longer rush distances. And here comes a big pull of SCVs from Barracks. 7 SCVs. Is that 7 or is that 9? Was that 7 SCVs that he pulled?
I didn't see the exact number, but he's pulling the boys right now. They're all headed across the map here. Second gateway on the way. It's emergency gateway for motivation. He sees the Marines. He doesn't see the SCV pull just yet. If he did, I think we would see... Actually, he's got no pylon in the natural, so maybe just planning to let this go. I think that might be the move. Just pull the probes away, give up the natural here, and just take the advantage in the number of probes that you've got. Yeah, he's gonna fight. Oh god, you gotta pull the Dragoon. Okay, he does pull the Dragoon. He pulls the probes. He's not even gonna lose one probe here. So I think the motivation is gonna be fine. The bunker will come up, the Nexus will go down, but he's gonna have a probe advantage here, and with the Dragoons pumping out and the range finishing up rather soon. Oh no, he loses a Dragoon. Uh-oh, I think Barracks might push in now.
Yeah, he's actually made a big blunder there, I think, losing that one Dragoon. I actually don't think Barracks will push him because he doesn't have a high enough SCV count, but it doesn't matter. It's still losing one Dragoon like that. It's really shaky play from Motivation here. I really don't like that from him. Going to be killing this Nexus in short order as well is Barracks, and I think overall this does favor Barracks slightly, especially losing that one Dragoon. It's going to be a little bit of a nightmare situation for Motive. Even down supply blocks losing that. Now Barracks does able to come in before the third Dragoon comes out. Lays the mines behind the Dragoons as well. Tries to come into the main base as well. Puts pressure on the probes while laying more and more mines. So good snipes from Motive so far. Killing those mines as they are laid. Only a couple of probes going down to those vultures. So overall, actually, Motive kind of flipping the script on Barracks there. And actually not really losing too much to those vultures. So nice play from Motive. Needs to be careful not to lose any more of these Dragoons to this bunker though.
Yeah, he should have range finish any second here. He will need to get a robotics facility in order to clear these mines and get his natural up once again, but this is not the worst thing in the world. He could also hop a probe over and go and take a quick third at his back third there pretty easily, and Barracks is just now starting his command center, so this is not too bad. Motive here tries to get a probe over to the center left. Oh, great pull there, killing all of the all of these Marines with just a single zealot pulling the mine there, and also getting rid of that other mine because it popped up. He does get rid of that. He clears the mines very, very quickly and nicely without the support of an observer. And Motivation throwing down his Nexus. I think he's going to be fine with the double expansion here. As soon as he gets that second Nexus up, he's going to be in a decent spot.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of the tank only being made from Barracks now as he tries to stabilize his position after losing those initial units. So that basically means there will not be any kind of offensive force to be levied against Motivation. He could go for some kind of 3 or 5 tank push right now, but it'd be kind of suicide to do that after investing so much in that early attack already. So Barracks very unlikely to go for something like that. Instead, just going to be trying to stabilize his own position after that early aggression. So going for this third Nexus early would be a really nice play for Motive, and Barracks knows that. He's got a Vulture sharking around right now trying to catch that potential probe coming out onto the map, and also checking around the map to see if there's anything else coming out. So Barracks right now is aware of the potential of this very fast economic boon from Motive and wants to try and delay that. There is instead going to be a shuttle being made with maybe some units being loaded into it to put on some pressure. He could, if he wanted to, go for some kind of bulldog counterattack play and put on the pressure to Barracks, but instead I think he's just going to go into Reavers, put on a little bit of harassment and just slow down Barracks as much as possible with those Reavers while taking expansion.
Here comes that tank push, and Motivation has not thrown down a quick third here, so he should have the units necessary to stop this from coming. As long as he continues to produce Dragoons and gets a Reaver out here on the map, I'm imagining he will be able to stop this attack. He's going to drop a probe over here, it looks like. Does he have a... No, he drops a Zealot. Okay, he did drop a probe. He's going to drop his third Nexus, I think, in just another moment here. Barracks threatening with these tanks, but you cannot be losing these first 4 tanks. If you lose this push, it's going to be lights out for Barracks here. Oh, he's going to set up. He's just going to set up in the middle, right out in front. Is this real? What are we doing here?
This is interesting. I didn't expect this, but I guess it kind of makes sense. He can kind of cut off the rally point right now early, but I don't know if I fully agree with he's going to just make turrets. I guess he wants to siege this location because he knows he can make enough turrets here to maybe ward away the potential of the Reaver counterattack. So if he can just like slowly push while making turrets here, maybe he feels like he's got a win condition and he wants to take advantage of that. He does have some Marines as well to catch that. Needs to be careful not to lose his own use his own units to his mines there. Has wisely shoots his own mine. Finally, Barracks, thank you for killing that mine. I was wondering why it took you so long to do that. Now finally going to be putting some pressure on with these Dragoons at the front as well, sniping this turret over and over again. Not allowing that to go up is going to be critical as well. If the turret got made there for free, that'd be a little bit of bad news there. So Motive going to be coming out now and target firing some of these units before the tanks can set up, though. There's 5 tanks here shelling these units, and the Reaver support on the left takes out 2 of these tanks as well. Only 3 tanks remaining on the eastern flank, but beautiful snipes on those Dragoons, all going to be falling down shorter to those mines. So really well played from Barracks to be able to hold on to that position, but Motive for a second it looked like he could have busted out.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to get one good shot here with the Reaver. Does pick off another tank. Should be dropping one more tank here, or one more Reaver here. Takes that last shot. Doesn't do much damage to the tank, though, as it was backing away. Dragoons here very, very low in number, but Barracks getting maybe a little over-eager to try and end this one. He's going to push in towards the natural, start to hit this wall. We've got 2 Reavers in the shuttle, and as more units start to pop out here, I think that he can stop this. He's dropping the Reaver in between shots. He does take a tank shot, but he takes out that one tank there. Only one more reinforcing tank, making it to the front lines. Just 2 tanks? I don't think you can make this push work with just 2 tanks at this point.
Yeah, it's a little bit dicey for him to do that. He's trying to just fall back to the safety of some mines and turrets here to buy him a little bit more time for some units to come out rallied across the map. But now here comes the big unload onto those tanks. Going to be taken. Oh, the mine here kills both Reavers, saying that's crazy. And now Vulture streamlining into the main base, and Natural starting to gun down some of these probes with their fragmentation grenades, starting to pull motivation apart a little bit, taking out some of its economy in the Natural expansion. The Vulture in the main base were cleaned up, but now all these probes going down the Natural expansion. There's a lot of probes going down now, saying 60 supply to 70. Barracks now coming out ahead in supply and looking like he's doing game-ending damage. He's keeping the pressure on. He's trying to end the game now. He smells blood in the water, and I think that he's going to get a nice reward for his efforts, because he's still putting so much pressure onto Motive and delaying any mining being done in the Natural expansion and third as well. So he's really shut down the economy of Motive so far.
Yeah, Barracks just sticking to his guns, playing the way that he plays on ladder, so aggressive with the early attacks, and it's actually worked out here. I think that if that last mine hadn't connected, we still had 2 Reavers and a shuttle. Those Vultures were not going to deal as much damage as they did. The fact that that double Reaver got killed by 1 mine is crazy. Barracks has lost his tank count, though. We can't forget about that. The tanks have continued to fall here. Motivation going to get this third base online eventually, and everything has been pushed back here. The turrets are now gone. Vultures are going to try to run in here once again, but there are units in position, just barely in time to stop this. Oh, no. Oh, no. Probes. Probes are going to get killed. No. Okay. He does slip by into the main, though. He's going to get some kills here for sure.
Yeah,
that was dangerous.
That was very dangerous. Yeah, almost got a big, nice splatter of probes on those units. Luckily, not quite synchronized for that. Here comes an unload of Reaver. 15 kills on this Reaver, doing a lot of work is this unit, but not able to really save the game just yet. So many probes have gone down. 71 supply to 82. The game state looks very favored towards Barracks right now. Additional factories being thrown down, as well as a starport as well, keeping his tech going. Has that +1 on the way, and then wants to shift into getting a +2 as well, and going into science facility technology unlocked. So will be really interesting to see if Barracks wants to slow down the game, take a third, or if he wants to just keep the pressure on and go for his full-on aggression here and try and end the game.
I think the moment has passed where Barracks can try to end the game here. There's a little bit too much production now. We've got the third base online. Motive is not in as bad of a situation, I think, as we've kind of painted him here. He has that online where we don't have good upgrades for Barracks. He's invested so much into this pressure. He's thrown away a lot of units, and dealing quite a bit of damage, but not game-ending damage, not really destroying the economy here of Motive. He has 3 Nexus now, going to be pumping out more and more probes. You can see, just look at that saturation. That is not the saturation of a Protoss player that's limping right now. He's got another Nexus coming down up there at the 12 o'clock. He does need to secure another main base, as this base is just not very easy to hold on to. You can siege up on the other side of this wall and take it out if you do manage to push into the middle here as Barracks. But if Motivation gets another main base, man, we could go into a nice long game here, despite all this crazy pressure in the early game.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. I think one thing that makes the game state a little bit interesting, though, is that Motive's main base will be mined out a little bit quicker than usual because of how much more saturated it was and how much damage there was done in the natural expansion. The main base will be mined out slightly faster than usual, so that might come into play. So taking this 4th base now is actually going to be quite necessary. He needs to kind of keep expanding as well, because I think he's going to, his bases will start to become mined out in a staggered way, so he wants to keep gradually expanding as time goes on from this point onwards. And we'll be seeing a little bit of a Vulture drop, it looks like, coming out from the west side of the map. So wants to maybe come and drop out at this third base location. There's only 1 cannon there, and probably can do a lot of probe damage and denial of mining for some time there, make it very difficult for Motive to come in and clean that up, actually.
Yeah, that's going to be frustrating for Motive for sure. He's finally gotten himself into a reasonable position, and Barracks is going to come down and deal a bunch of damage here. There's no way to get goons back there to deal with that, and his Reavers are very far away from helping out here. Looks like the probe's just going to have to be pulled away from this base. Nothing to do about it. Gonna drop some vultures here in the main as well, and there's no cannon here. Motive getting pulled each way all over the map. Barracks, meanwhile, taking his third base. I'm really impressed with Barracks this game. He's done so well with this aggression.
Yeah, now he's just going to start sniping probes before the Zealots finally come in and clear up those vultures as well. So getting as much value as he can out of these units. Two Reavers going to be putting on some pressure and delaying this third base being taken by Barracks, which does go. Oh, but look at that! Loses the Reaver to the snipe, not on top of his control at all. His motive now, and now going to be losing the shuttle as well. Barracks is just on fire, shining everything. Oh, look at that! Okay, that was just slightly too close for comfort there. Only losing like a couple SCVs and taking some critical damage on others. But if those SCVs were not pulled, that entire stack could have just gone up in smoke there. So luckily, Barracks got the move command on those SCVs quick enough. But if not, that could have been devastating.
Yeah, that was so close. Really, that would have been a massive blow to Barracks' economy. Has the third base online, though, now. Although those SCVs are badly bruised, they are still mining. And the economy really pumping here for Barracks now. Lots and lots of factories. He's going to be able to take the middle of the map, I feel, at this rate. There's really not that additional tick that Motive needs to try and break this. What is he going for right now? Is he going for Storm? Does he have a second? No, he is going for Storm, but it's just now being finished. So he doesn't have Storm now, and he's not going to have Storm for quite some time, whereas Eric's already moving out on the map and taking this position. This is exactly what I was talking about earlier, Shun. The ability to push out just a little bit here into the front and take the base in the back as well as this base on the right hand side. You're gonna have a nice clean 4 bases here.
Yeah, I can kind of see that now with the way the quadrant can be easily like divided like that. And the initial assessment I made of the cross in the center, I think also enables that play from being very strong in this position. I kind of like the bottom left and the bottom right more for it as well.
This is nice. This is nice for Barracks. He's going to have a fully maxed out army here in not too long. With that 4th base coming online, his economy is going to be really significant here. And I don't know if Motivation is going to have this tech out in time, taking another base up here. But, I mean, he should have had another main by now.
Yeah, no, he probably should have had the other main be going up like about 4 minutes ago. I kind of think that maybe he should have set up the other main before taking this 4th base at the 12 o'clock area. I think like maybe this should have been his 5th base or 6th base, and instead try to set up another rally point as soon as possible. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I kind of feel like maybe this base in the top center should have been maybe taken as an afterthought rather than like a really early 4th base.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Barracks here nearing that max supply. Has +2, I believe, finished as well. So although he didn't get into upgrades very quickly, he was a little bit slow on that. He's going to take the middle of the map too. You can see how strong it is on this map to just slowly push forward. There's a lot of buildable terrain out in the middle of the map, and getting a ton of turrets here, there's not going to be easy counterplay for Motivation. He finally has some Templar out here, but he's only got a couple of Storms to work with, so I don't think he can take the big engagement just yet. Look at how many tanks there are. So many tanks, so many turrets, so many mines. Motivation going to be tough. It's going to be tough to break this spot.
It's going to be really tough. I don't know how he's going to do it, actually. He doesn't really have the tools in his kit as well, and he's maxed out, so he can't actually make anything else until he starts losing units. So he's going to have to start making some plays soon. Does have a little bit of a drop here. Storm drop at the 3rd base location. Does get some good connections on these SCVs. Doesn't quite kill all of them, but any little helps right now. Right now, you need to destroy the Terran economy any way you can. You do not want to fight the Terran tank line head on in any case scenario if you can help it, unless you absolutely have to. So right now wants to just try and come in there and see if he can get as much damage done to the economy as possible, which is basically what you want to do as the Protoss player here, is just try and like siphon off as much of the economy of the Terran player more and more and more, reduce that SCV count, and then eventually you can start taking these cost deficient trades with the head-on army of the Terran player because you've siphoned off his economy enough. And right now, Move doesn't have that luxury. It's max out versus maxed out, and that really does heavily favor Barracks right now. He has a strong center hold of the map, and there's just no way Move can come in here and do any kind of cost-efficient trades. He's trying to clear out some mines and create some opportunities here with these storm drops. Beautiful storm drop here at 3 o'clock, getting more and more damage done. This is exactly what he needs to do, but so far it's kind of like medium amounts of damage. It's not quite the game-ending damage that he needs to kind of cut the head off the snake, and so far I feel like this is a little too late, Saiyan.
Yeah, he's left a big opening here on the right-hand side as well, where Barracks is going to get up to the top right and shut down this base before it's even operational. So Motive really eating this early game decision here, this mid-game decision to not take a main base a little bit earlier, and he's going to send another probe down to the bottom left, but you can just see his army is not in the right position to defend the top right. I'm not sure why he decided to move all the way over here. He's really forced Barracks to, defend this area, but he hasn't defended another main, and he's going to be trying to set up right now with his army kind of painted into a corner. Big EMP there, hitting a ton of units, and that Templar as well. This is really not good for Barracks trying to run in here against all of these cannons, but it looks like he was about to chop through that. Motivation throws down more cannons. That was a pretty rough trade, but look at the bank right now for Barracks. He's got so much money to work with. He's got such a big army, and here we go. He's going to push forward.
Yeah, the hardest part for Barracks now is just getting his army into position and move it. It's going to clump up a little bit in the center. And look at that tank line. That's insane. One storm would just destroy that, though. This is absolute madness what I'm seeing now. Beautiful storms on the western flank right now. Those storms would be much better served in the center. Once he sees that, he's going to be probably kicking himself that he didn't come in there and find that opportunity to do that. He's not able to do so. There's just so many siege tanks. Barracks knows that there's just too much alpha damage from these siege tanks for Motive to come in here and really hope to do anything. And now with that first engagement concluded, he can just make his way up further to this northern front and put on more and more pressure to Motive. Now Motive trying to respond with more and more storms, saying, but it's like too little too late. There's just so many Terran units in this back line. Some good storms finding damage, but the rest of the units just get mopped up once the energy of those psionic units finally gets drained. And now the cleanup on R5 here in the center of the map as Barracks just starts to make his way forward all the way to the rally point. And I just don't think there's anything that Motive can do to respond to this.
Barracks making this look like a very Terran favored map right now, but all the aggression in the early game really led up to this push here where Barracks has this center control and is pushing forward onto all of these positions. You can see just how easily this base gets shut down here with the tanks sieging up on that high ground, raining down destruction here. Great storms to try and clean up some of these tanks, but still one tank left alive. Tanks over here on the left side cleaning up this mining as well. Motive not going to be able to transfer his probes down to the bottom left, the base that he's just now set up here. At 23 minutes, he's finally managed to secure another main base, but it's way too little too late. Motivation about to get knocked out of this game. He's going to have one final push, one final attempt to try and break through this, but Barracks behind this, he's got so much money, he's got so much economy, and his production is just completely overwhelming. Motivation trying to push out here. He's going to get some storm. What was that storm? Completely whiffing that one. Dragoons here getting mopped up. The turrets built right out in front of his natural are wrecking him here. Does seem to be breaking through a little bit, but here comes the rallies now.
Yeah, there's just so many rallied units streaming across the map now, and Barracks is very fluid with his control of those rallied units as well, and keeping them into tight groups where he can just keep engaging Motive over and over again and not allowing any kind of weakness in his formation to be exploited. And right now Motive needs any kind of hope and prayer to kind of turn the tables on Barracks, and I don't think he's going to find it. Barracks is just too tight with it right now and really just slowly making his way towards a nice win condition, and very methodic in his method as well. So I'm really impressed by Barracks' performance lately, and this game has been absolutely stellar, making this map look like completely one-sided in this matchup.
It's down to Motivation's choices here, though, as well, right? He had plenty of time as Barracks was building up to this push to decide what his tech was going to be, and he went with the Templar route here rather than Arbiter, rather than Carrier, rather than anything else. He decided to go for the speed shuttle play to get scrappy with this army, but it just doesn't really work against a Terran player who gets to this position and has so many turrets to kind of defend his tanks as well. You can't really dive on top of the tank lines with those shuttles and get much done when Barracks just has so much anti-air mixed in. He didn't really build that many Goliaths, but he just again, the turret number is insane. Here comes a push down towards the bottom left. This should be the final blow here as Motivation tries to break out one final time. Storm's coming down on the left and right, but not really hitting much. Barracks has such a spread on these tanks. Everything is vaporized, and Motivation is just about done.
Yeah, 110 supply to 195. The writing's on the wall for Motive right now, and Team Snow is looking bleak. There's no way they're going to be making it out now, saying it's looking like it's going to be a victory for Team Queen. Some desperate storms now in the natural expansion in the bottom left quadrant of the map as Motive tries to hang on for dear life right now for his team's sake, but not able to do so. Vulture's going to be making their way into the base in the bottom left and just ravaging the probe line here. And there's only one single Reaver to defend it. It's not going to be able to dish out enough damage quick enough to prevent those probe lines from being lost, and it's going to be a real tough situation for Motive to somehow find a win here. I don't think it's going to be the case. I think we're going to see a Team Queen victory going through to the finals slot, and I think I really love to see it. Team Queen's looking so phenomenally strong here.
Oh, darn. Nothing going right here for Motive. He's grasping at straws right now, trying to find some way to pull himself back. But the Reaver there, that one highly microable unit that you can make any situation work with, not able to save him in this game. He's trying to push out one last time, but GG is called. Barracks wins this game and takes it home for his team. All right. That's it. No rolls here. Damn.
Damn.
Shit. Well, that's it. What can we say about this this week?
Well, who do you think? Should we should say about what finals we want to see?
Sure. We can talk about what finals we want to see.
Talk about how crazy strong Queen's team looks right now.
Yeah, absolutely. How funny it is that Zealot is just getting carried, but he actually he did all right. He did all right. That Ling Flood made it work.
Yeah. What do you think about? Who would you want to be in the finals if you had your ideal finals? Who would you want to go against Queen?
I'm happy with either one. I think both of them are amazing.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a good result no matter what.
I mean, this was the finals of the previous, right? The previous half had that finals. Yeah. Team Hero versus Team Light. Am I right? I think so. I think I'm right on that.
Yeah, it's a rematch.
It's a rematch. Where are we? There it is.
Yeah, we got the same rematch of the finals, which is great. We want that. And then we've got whoever wins that goes against Queen, and we get great finals either way. So we got we're spoiled for choice right now. No matter what, we're gonna get a good couple of days.
For sure. Let me just think.
Is there anything you want to say?
What was the first schedule? Where is the first schedule? I just want to look at how it turned out. Actually, where did I put that? I might have deleted it. Shit. I was just thinking like we could mention how Team Queen did last time if they played against these guys, you know? I don't remember if Team Queen went up against Team Hero or Team Light. Shit. I did delete it.
You did?
I think so. Yeah, I think I replaced it. It should have been here. Crud. I can always look at the Wikipedia page, actually. Go. Yeah, just look at the Wikipedia page. It's fine. Okay, so who did Team Queen get knocked out by? Bisu. They got knocked out by Team Bisu last round. So they haven't even played up against Team Light or Team Hero yet. So that's fine. No worries. Jeez, really not much love for Team Soulkey, Team Royal, or Team I guess just those two. They haven't even made it to the second round as of yet.
No. They're pretty unfortunate for them.
Team Soulkey and Team Royal, yeah, really getting slapped around, especially Team Royal. Jesus. Team Royal has only won 2 matches.
Oh, that's kind of crazy.
Only 2 the entire time. They've only got 2 wins.
I think that's what we do. We start talk about this kind of stuff because we're dressing.
Oh my god!
Yeah, let's dress things up like that.
Okay.
Point out the stuff about the teams.
Okay. All right. Are you ready? Let's talk about it. Okay, a bit of a shorter than expected stream here today, guys. That really went by quickly, didn't it?
Yeah, some of those games were really lightning quick and really decisive, and kind of a little bit of shambles actually for some of these teams here. I think I didn't expect Team Snow to be taken out so quickly, but we could talk a little bit about some of these other teams briefly, like Team Sulky and Team Royal, for example. Not really having a fun time of it so far, Sam.
Yeah, Team Royal especially, man. They've only got 2 wins in the entire time they've been playing. It's pretty brutal. They got taken out by Team Light last time. They got taken out by Team Snow in this half, not even making it through to the semifinals once and only putting 2 wins on the board. That's pretty sad.
Yeah, that is pretty sad, actually. I didn't realize it was that bad. But yeah, we need to see a little bit more love for Team Royal, Team Sulky, and but saying that, we are kind of spoiled for choice here because we've got a rematch of the last finals, Team Hero and Team Light coming up, and whoever wins that's going up against Team Queen. That's going to be huge.
Yeah, I don't know who I favor here between Team Hero, Team Light. Of course, you maybe got to give it to Team Light. They did win the first half, but Team Hero maybe adapting, maybe coming up with some new strategies, realizing what mistakes they made in the finals last half. They may be able to adapt here to Team Light in this semifinals.
I'm looking forward to it. I really want to see that rematch, and I'm excited to see who's going to be taking on Team Queen in the finals here. And no matter what happens, Sam, we're going to have an absolute fun time of it the next few days.
Yeah, and one thing to mention as well, that Team Queen hasn't had an opportunity to fight against either Team Light or Team Hero so far. They got taken out by Team Bisu in the first round in the first half. So this is a totally new match. Whichever ends up going forward, it's going to be a great finals. And of course, the third place match should be fun as well. Whoever loses the second semifinals is going to go up against Team Snow. That'll be coming very, very soon. Just so many good matches coming up here soon. Okay. How should I end this one?
Well, you could just do your usual wrap up of like, this has been your whatever dose of StarCraft, like your. We've already summarized quite well enough, so you could segue with your outro style.
Sure. Well, we've already mentioned that it's been a very quick round here, but it was an exciting match between Team Snow and Team Queen. That's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next video. All right, that's good enough.
Yeah, I'll do.
Oh, that was quick. Get her done.
Get her done. But
Nice.
I think next couple of games is going to be crazy good.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Be better series for sure.
Hope we're gonna get some really balanced matches.
Yeah,
and maybe going to an ace match would be fun. How many matches have we had so far? Looks like only 2, actually. No, 3 total.
Okay.
Yeah, I've only gotten to ace match 3 times. Oh yeah, no second chances here for Team Sulky, Team Royal, man. They're done.
They're done.
They're out. Yeah, done. All of that drafting and practicing for one win per half.
That's crazy.
Oh my god! At least they didn't get shut out, but actually nobody's gotten shut out so far.
But it kind of shows you how important that process is, where like you make small mistakes and how you flesh out your team, you can just get completely annihilated.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that, yeah, Roy, the only person who actually won. That's so funny. Didn't even notice. Oh, okay, wait. Oh yeah, Shuttle, I guess, took 1 game for Team Royal, but I thought it was just Royal was the only one to get a win for his team.
Shuttle
but
was
yeah,
the anti-joker that day. Remember, we talked about it.
Yeah, that's funny.
The team sucked and Shuttle got the
win. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. I actually thought Team Sulky was pretty decent.
It looked good on paper.
It was all right.
Looked
nice.
Okay on paper.
Nice on paper. Sulky and Shine plus Ample. And JYJ. I mean, you got a former ASL champion there.
I mean, looks could be deceiving, I guess. I mean, yeah, you'd think they had something to write home about, but yeah, it didn't work out.
I mean, spoiler alert, but Sulky and JYJ, the last 2 ASL champions. This is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
on a team.
And they're still getting smashed. They're getting smashed. Not just losing, but smashed. Yeah, it's crazy.
Smashed. That's wild.
We'll hopefully bet another season, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
All right, man. I'm gonna edit this up.
Sounds good.
And I have some things to do today, so I'll finish it as quickly as possible and then get it out. It was fun, though.
Yeah, it was fun.
It's fun.
Short but sweet.
Glad you're feeling better.
Yeah.
You did a great job.
You too, man. It was good.
Thanks. I feel like I rambled a little bit in some of those. I was like losing my groove there a little bit, but it's okay. It's all right.
I think we both did that a little bit. We were both guilty of that.
Yeah.
It happens.
No worries.
We'll find our groove again.
Yeah, we'll keep practicing.
Yeah, we need to be good at switching our gears more. Where we go from like doing the back and forth, like the regular format, and then switching to like a very quick back and forth, like we're talking back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then we go back into the format again, and like we like do that transition smoothly each time. So like we can have so we can have like pockets of time where it's like we're switching back who's talking really quickly for like that small period of time, but then we go back to the regular format after that segment. If that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. And we don't want to cut each other off too much, but like going into when we have something really important to say, like sometimes I have something in my mind like what I want to say, but then the moment passes, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you've been talking for long enough that I'm like, oh man, I can't go back all the way back, you know what I mean, and say what I wanted to say.
It happens sometimes.
So that sometimes happens.
It's one of the
and I know it must happen to you as well.
Of course, yeah. It's one of the bad things about casting that you can't really get around. But sometimes you can still do a callback. It depends on the situation. There are some contexts where you can do like a callback to what happened like 30 seconds or a minute ago. Sometimes you can still do it, but yeah, most of the time it's like, oh, the moment's past. Fuck.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
it's rough, but I think we're doing a good job, and hopefully everyone's enjoying it. Feel like we've got like a solid about 2,000 people who are like consistently showing up and enjoying the cast, so that's great.
Yeah. It's a really really high floor.
Yeah, it's not quite as popular yet as the old one was, as the original, but I think it's still doing well.
It's a decent floor.
Still doing fine.
We can probably get a bigger ceiling.
Yeah,
we'll keep going.
There's plenty of room to move.
All right, man. Well, you good luck with the editing.
All right.
And have a good day. Okay.
Thanks. You too, man. Have a good day.
Yeah, have a good day. Peace.
Have a good night. Have a good sleep.
Yeah, we'll do.
Have you played the what's it called yet?
Don't Starve Together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that any good? I haven't played yet.
It's a good survival game. It's pretty tricky. It's not easy. I
played the original, but I haven't played that one.
Original. Yeah, it's basically like the original, but it seems like there's way more stuff in it. It's like, yeah, I don't know.
I'm sure.
It's crazy different than what I remember it being.
The original, I could barely, like, I would survive for days, not like hundreds of days. Like I was so bad. Yeah. It was so hard. I had it on Nintendo Switch, and I was like, how the fuck do you get past like the insanity? You know what I mean? Like, how do you do this? How do you do that? There's like so much to know.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like, and it seems like there's even more now. Like with the Don't Starve Together, like, it seems like there's so much more content in it that there used to be. It's gonna be a learning curve for sure. Like, it seems like you can like search for shit. Like there'll be wikis and stuff you can search for shit. Similar to like Minecraft or something. But yeah, it's not easy, man. It is a survival game though, right? It's meant to be like that, where it's like you're struggling to survive as long as possible over and over again.
Yeah, for sure. I was it's funny how similar the oxygen not included is, but it fits into my brain so much better because it's like a RTS, you know what I mean? Like you can plan ahead, and like you have like an overview of what's going on. It's really in depth and funny and weird, but there's like more it's more like my my wheelhouse, do you know what I mean? Where I can like, oh yeah, I can figure this out. But when I'm playing the Don't Starve, I'm like, oh my god, what am I even doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard.
Oh shit! I really want to try Oxygen Not Included.
Yeah, I should give it a try. It's like I guess Don't Starve is almost like Harvest Moon Nightmare version, you know what I mean? Like
kind of, yeah. And like you have
kind of like that.
Yeah, kind of.
It's like the Harvest Moon characters having a nightmare. What it's like.
like a fever dream. Like it's not quite the same
Fever
game. Like,
dream,
what
yeah.
is going on here?
Yeah, that's how I'd describe it, like a Harvest Moon fever dream.
Yeah, like imagine like a person that plays nothing but Harvest Moon. They have a nightmare, and that's the nightmare that they have.
Yeah. Well, if you guys are gonna play, let me know when you guys try it again. I'll jump in there too. It'll be fun.
All right, man.
I'll try to survive.
Yeah,
it's nice to have some people to play with.
All right, man.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
I'll talk to you later, buddy. Good luck with the edit.
Peace.
Peace.
Thanks.
All right, thanks for the stream. Thanks for tuning to the stream, guys. I'll catch you on the flip. I'll get some rest.